everybody.
Pleasure.
Well, welcome everybody. Welcome particularly to those of you that are in the Indian region, the Indian market. I know it's just gone about 8:30 p.m. your time. And for those joining us also around many other countries and continents, we're excited about spending some time with you. We're very excited because of the news that was announced and many have been waiting for of bringing Zinzino, the #1 test-based nutritional company, into the Indian market. And so if you're a guest here today, this evening, and you've been invited to check out what Zinzino is all about from a product perspective, maybe from an opportunity perspective, we're going to be covering the bases this evening. And the invitation to you is to get back with the person, let them know the status of your interest, because over the next few short weeks, we officially go into operation in the Indian market. But as we go through this evening, you're going to understand that it's not just a matter of the next few weeks that we are gearing up to open trading in India. We have been there for a number of years, making sure everything is in place. But if I may just take a moment to introduce myself, my name is Dave Ives. I'm a Royal Crown in Zinzino, and I've been with the company just under 2 years. And what really attracted me to Zinzino was the ability not just to understand that health was important, but their test-based products that were independently validated by a third party. And the last 20 months has been a very exciting journey. As an organization, as a team, we've been able to impact thousands upon thousands of customers. And that's why we're excited about coming to India. And that is, health is as important to you as it is to us. No matter where we are around the world today, health should be a priority. And when I have finished with this presentation this evening, I'm hoping that we have shared something with you that may stimulate you from two perspectives. The reality of checking on your own health status. And secondly, maybe you're someone who has been looking for the right opportunity. Maybe you've been looking for something of real significance that can actually create an impact in the wellness of others, those that you care about, those that are surrounding you in your market, and that you get excited about being part of that initial phase as we start to build momentum in the Indian market. So as we kick off today, my background is very simply a very sporty background and then a hospitality one. I was a chef by trade, but I've been around this type of marketing, this type of direct to consumer model for about 14 years. Now, when I was introduced to Zinzino, I believed it was just another nutritional company. And of course, I've never been and spent a lot of time in India. I've visited your wonderful country just the once, but I know within this industry that I have found myself in, there are a number of companies in India in the nutritional space. So when I was shown the Zinzino opportunity, I may be like you, that I'd heard about nutrition before. I was in a position where it was just another nutritional company. But that's where I want you to open your thinking of the possibilities of why Zinzino is different. We're going to explore together tonight, not only the products, but why these products work and why these products are more effective up and beyond anything that's in the Indian market presently. So as we move forward, I just want to give you a little bit of a reassurance that Zinzino take their opportunity, their business, and the markets they go into seriously. So Zinzino has been in India doing all the compliance and groundwork and infrastructure for just about 2 years already. We're already registered in India as a company, and you can see there for yourself, Zinzino Health Products India Private Limited. We have valid licenses, and the product we're going to be talking to you specifically this evening is the Ascent Balance Oil. And we've already produced that for the Indian market, and it's already in warehousing in Mumbai. And so, what we are doing, we are just finalizing the last little intricacies of IT and logistics. But in the next few short weeks, we will announce the pre-registration of enabling the entrepreneurs to position themselves before we start shipping product on the 1st of April. So let's kick off tonight. Let's kick off why we're excited, not just for India, but for the globe. But we do truly believe that with 1.5 billion people, give or take, in the Indian market, that we're going to make a dramatic impact, and the Indian market will make a dramatic impact on Zinzino's business success. But let's look at why we're there, why we're coming, why the world, not just India, needs what we have. See, today, no matter where we are in the world, no matter what continent we find ourselves residing in, there are many health issues that are starting to exponentially run away with us, from gut health, cardiovascular, immune systems, brain health. And today, whether you find yourself in India or any other market, we should be asking ourselves, with the access to expertise, knowledge, nutrition, exercise regimes, with all that available to us today, why are we finding ourselves unwell and sicker than ever before, as mankind's history has shown us? And very simply, is that we have moved away from what we used to do, and we've started to experience the introduction of man-made foods. You see, there was a time where food was our medicine and medicine was our food. Now, regardless of where we are, we all are well aware that our way of consuming produce today has rapidly moved away from way Mother Nature intended it to be. And when we did eat effectively and we did eat from the land, we had a balanced diet. We've heard that everywhere we go in the world, that a balanced diet is vitally important, because within that balanced diet, we have the right amount of minerals, vitamins, micronutrients, beta glucans, and some of the most important aspects, essential fatty acids. And what we've seen happen over the last few short decades, this hasn't been centuries in coming. This has happened rapidly in the last 4 to 5 decades. And that is the introduction of processed foods. You see, what happened, we had the opportunity to have access to convenience and longevity of shelf life of produce. But in that process, in that benefit that appeared to be an exciting one for us as humans, there had to be a compromise. And the compromise is additives, sugars, preservatives. And that started to take a toll on the quality of food that we consume today. See, today, majority of people are consuming food that is very high in calories, but very, very low in nutritional value. And that can only lead to one consequence. But you and I, no matter where we are, whether you're in India, whether we're here in the United Kingdom or any continent around the world, is that we are the same. We are born with a balance of our essential fatty acids. And essential fatty acids are made of a number of things, but we're going to keep it very simple today. I know we've got medical professionals on the call tonight. We've got nutritionists. We've got health, excuse me, health and wellness professionals. But I want to be talking at the lowest denominator, to keep it very simple. Omega-6 is very inflammatory. It's one of the things that we need to consume that protects us. And omega-3 is an anti-inflammatory that we also need to consume, because once we were born, we had the right ratio, but from that point forward, our human bodies do not produce either. So we must consume it from our diet. And that was fine. And science has proven that that ratio of 1 to 1, it has the grace, it has the flexibility to go to around a 3 to 1 ratio and still experience optimum health. But as man-made foods were introduced, as civilization choices changed, and that switch from eating from the land and eating processed foods, we started to see that gap widen. Now, unbeknown to you and I, because we're not aware of that taking place on a cellular level. We could still perfectly feel fine. We could actually look in tip-top condition. But looking and feeling is not a true indication of what's happening on a cellular level. Well, today, the Europeans are now 15-1 out of balance. Very simply, they are consuming way too many omega-6s through this new civilized processed diet and not enough omega-3s. Around the world, there's other markets that are well in excess of 25-1. Well, India hasn't opened yet, but whilst we have been there working on the ground, making sure the product's licensed, making sure we've complied to all the regulatory things to be absolutely legitimate in your market, we have been testing the population. Only a small element of the population, but the average results back from those tested in India are 27-1 out of balance. And what does that really mean? Well, very simply, it means it starts to see that that imbalance has a consequence on many areas of our life. Reduction in our brain function, the quality of our elasticity in our skin, our heart, our cardiovascular, our joints, our immune, our gut health, is just to name a few. And so as we explore this, it's very simple to understand without going too deeply into the science. And that is, if we are out of balance with our omegas, then what happens on a cellular level is that every cell in our bodies has a membrane. And that membrane, to be at its optimum performance, it needs to be permeable. It needs to be soft enough that the nutrients and vitamins we do get from our diet, or maybe some supplements that we may be taking, that membrane must be soft enough to allow those nutrients to be absorbed. Now, that 3-to-1 ratio, what science says, is really the optimum. Anything higher than that, and what we start to see is a reduced function. And the reason it's a reduced function in the cell is because the nutrients can no longer get into it because the cell membrane becomes too hard and rigid. So what we got to look at is how we get into cellular health. How do we bring that permeability back into the status of 3-to-1 or less, so then our cells can absorb, our cells can process, and our cells can disperse the goodness that we need and disperse the toxins that aren't required. And so the question that we are so excited about being able to ask the 1.5 billion people, give or take, in the Indian market is, are they aware? Do they know? Do they understand? Are they in or out of the danger zone? You see, we know we need to be 3-to-1. I've just explained briefly why that's vitally important. But the average European is 15-to-1. But even our next generation, our children, are greatly more out of balance than what we are, because they've been exposed to processed foods from day they were born. And so today, the masses, the world, is chronically inflamed. And so as we come to India, we're not coming with a brand new startup company. We're coming to India with a company, Zinzino, that is 15 years old. And they've been focused on this test-based nutrition. They're the #1 in test-based pharmaco-nutritional products. And before we even entered into your market, we've already tested 620,000 people globally in the 37 markets we are fully operating in presently. So we're going to be able to test you. We're going to be able to test those that you care about. And the opportunity is that we can make a dramatic impact into the consumers that you know. And the great thing about this test, it's done independently. It's performed by the world's #1 analytical blood diagnostics laboratory based in Norway, operating out of Oslo University. Vitas has been established for some 25 years. So they would have been going 10 years longer than Zinzino. And Zinzino is merely a customer to Vitas. Zinzino goes and gets customers, has them to take a dry blood spot test, and sends it directly to the laboratory. Now, Vitas do not only just test for Zinzino. You can see on the screen some of the financial, sort of the medical and educational institutions that are today brands in themselves. The Oxfords, the Stanfords, the King's Colleges, they also get used Vitas to test for their bloods. So those results, though, that we have gathered over the last 8 years throughout the European market, through Australasia and across the pond in the US, has shown some frighteningly high percentages of results. And that means that you can see here that the world is living with chronic inflammation. And the man behind what we are bringing into India is a gentleman by the name of Dr. Paul Claydon. He has spent 5 decades, he's now in his early 70s, and if you look at him, you would see he's clearly a product of the product. And Dr. Paul Claydon has gathered the brightest minds within the wellness and nutritional environment, and through that advisory board and his formulation and exploration and discovery, has actually created these test-based nutritional products. And through their formulation, they've been able to prove that no matter where we are, if we're out of balance, no matter if we're moderately out of balance, whether we're deeply into the danger zone, within 120 days, that the individual is back in balance. And they start to see a dramatic improvement on those things that we had spoken about previously that were the consequences of being out of balance. We see improved skin, we see improved sleep, mood, brain clarity, elasticity, recuperation, energy levels, to go on and on and on. Because what we're addressing here is modern day civilized degenerative diseases that weren't around a short while ago. And here it is. This is what we're bringing to India. It is the #1 all natural test-based pharmaconutrition. And the reason our product is unique and why our product has greater effect than anything in the market is because of the discovery of Dr. Paul Claydon and his advisory scientific team, is that omegas are vital. They're the #1 essential building block in our cellular health. And people believe omegas come from fish. Well, that's true to a degree. But the fish eat the algae. And in the algae, in Mother Nature, omegas are never left alone. They are accompanied by what we call antioxidants, polyphenols. So the fish eat the algae, we catch the fish, and we used to eat wild caught fish. Well, today, that's no longer the case, particularly around many continents that we explore. We still eat fish, but generally they are farmed and they are pellet fed. So the depletion of omega-3 in the fish we're eating has dramatically reduced. The second thing is that when manufacturers make omega-3 products that many of you may be buying, have people that you know consume, they're simply consuming fish oil. Because in that cleaning process of that wild caught fish, the manufacturers, the producers, the formulators have to take out the plastic contamination, the toxins from the fish. And in that process, they also extract the antioxidants. Dr. Paul Clayton discovered that omega on its own will oxidize too quickly once we consume it. So, but it takes some 20 plus hours to go into the secondary availability, which goes into the cell, well in excess of 20 hours. So basically, most who are consuming omega products are simply categorically wasting their money. And so as we come to India, we're not only coming to India with a product that works, but we're coming with a product that can be independently validated with an independent blood test that, one, will establish whether you need it. And if you don't need it, you can get a 100% money back guarantee. But we know that 95, if not higher, percent of the Indian market will be out of balance. So as a customer is going to be able to purchase a balance oil starter kit. And in that kit, it's going to give you a unique insight into your individual cellular balance. Now, in that first test, you're going to have 2 tests, but in your first delivery, you'll have 1 test. You're going to have 2 bottles of the large 300 ml oil, and it's going to be around 30,000 Indian rupees. Now, that's the retail price. Now, the great thing about Zinzino is they're going to give you the opportunity to actually be a premier customer. And a premier customer is going to get a benefit of saving significantly, well over 50% over retail price, but they're going to be committed to a subscription of at least 6 months. And the reason why we set that up is because we know it takes 4 to 6 months to come back into balance. And for those who are willing to commit to their own health and on subscription, you're going to see that the premier price is significantly lower than a full retail price. You can buy these products individually without any commitment, but you're going to pay significantly higher. So premier price will enable you to buy that initial balance oil customer kit for 14,500 Indian rupees. And then that subscription will have you receiving to your door on an auto ship, a subscription, very much like buying from an e-commerce platform, an Amazon that has a product offering. You're going to be able to have your product, your health and wellness nutritional product, drop shipped directly to your door. And that's going to be 2,950 Indian rupees a month. You're going to start consuming the product in 120 days. You're going to receive the second test, and you're going to retest and see the improvement that you have experienced. Now, the test is the vital aspect because it establishes our benchmark, and then it proves the improvement of our 6:3 ratio. But we will have a product pack available without the test. Some people will say, well, I just want to take the product. And if that's what they want to do, they're more entitled to do that. But wouldn't you want to know if you need it and if it's working? So you'll be able to feel different. You'll be able to see the improvement, but you won't be able to prove it on a blood level basis. So if you wanted to be a customer and not have a test, then you can see the retail price there's 11,310 Indian rupees. But the premier, the subscription offering, again, is significantly lower. To get started would be 7,500 Indian rupees. And again, the subscription remains the same. The only difference here is you're not purchasing the tests in that balanced oil starter kit. So right now, we're going to be kicking off in India with a licensed product. It's going to be available for shipping April 1. It's sitting in our Mumbai warehousing already. And in the next few weeks, we're going to be able to start registering the business entrepreneurs who want to help us build that customer base in India. So there is the Indian Ascent Oil product, and that price will be including your local GST taxes. So a little bit more about the product and the Zinzino company. Well, Zinzino own everything from research and development to all its manufacturing, so all their processing. No third party is involved from sourcing and final product delivery. We are certified by one of the highest standards of manufacturing in the European marketplace. And most importantly, we take the environmental issues considerably at high levels of responsibility. So we're members of Friends of the Sea. And you can see there for yourself the things that we believe to be consciously important to a lot of people, from being certified, halal, gluten-free, keto-friendly, non-GMO. So what you're going to be having in your hands, in your homes, in the Indian market is the best in class, all natural pharmaco-nutritional products. So here we have a little graph just sharing with you the effectiveness of Zinzino's balance oil up and beyond other products that are in the market. And the only reason ours is more effective is because it doesn't oxidize in our system. You see, when it oxidizes, you'll start to have that repetitive aftertaste, that embarrassing little burp. That will be an indication that the product has oxidized. And so you consume it, you're spending your money, but it's not working on a cellular level. And so you don't have to take our word for it, because once you take the test, you're going to be able to send it to the Delhi head office, and 2, 3, 4 times a week, those tests are going to be air freighted directly to the laboratory in Norway. And within 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to be notified that your test has been analyzed, and you're going to be able to log on to a website and put a secure barcode in, and it's going to be anonymous because you won't even have to put your name in, and you're going to be able to access your results. And one of two things are going to happen. You're either going to be 3 to 1 or less, and you can return your product with a 100% money back guarantee if you wish, or you're going to be out of balance and you can stay on the product, and in 120 days, you're going to be able to retest again, and you can see my results. My very first results were 14.4, and my second results after 90 days, because I was really intrigued to see in which direction I was growing. In 90 days, I was back to 2 to 1 in balance. So you may be asking yourself, who needs this? Well, absolutely everybody in India. And the key thing here is everybody around the world. See, humans do not produce it. And we need omegas in every time cycle of our life, from being carried in the womb to the infants, to the adolescents, to the maturing adult, to the midlife individuals, to the people in their latter years. Omegas play a vital role in every cycle of life. And here are some just medical claims that we're allowed to share with you. These aren't Zinzinos, these are the European Food Safety Association, and these are the approved medical claims that if you go and just Google pubmed.com, you will see some of these that will tell you categorically that omega is vital for our well-being. So why are we excited about India? One, we know there's a need for it. Two, people want it. People want better health. People are buying their nutrition today blindly. And here we're going to introduce into your country a company that can not only bring test-based nutrition to you, but it's going to be what we call EBN, evidence-based nutrition. And so this period of time, and what we're working with right now, is we're starting to connect with practitioners, nutritionists, personal trainers, health and wellness coaches, entrepreneurs, people that understand what is being presented. So people that want to not just be a customer, but people who've been looking for an opportunity, not only an opportunity, but something that can be proven, something that brings value, and something that will impact their customer base in health and wellness. And Zinzino is a very strong, stable financial opportunity. Been around 15 years, as I mentioned, publicly traded. They actually perform on the North European NASDAQ. So you can go there and see the value of their shares today. You'll see there that how proudly that Indian flag sits there on that graph, because we know India is going to have a big influence in the growth of a 15-year-old company, and they're excited about working with those in your market. So it's important to understand, if you're looking from an entrepreneur's perspective, that the world is sicker than it's ever been, and there is no logical reason for that. We are losing the battle, exponential battle, against diabetes, against Alzheimer's, against obesity, and this should not be the case. And yet the market of omegas, there's over 500 million people already taking omegas today. That's producing a $40 billion a year model. And yet we've been able to test 0.2% of those people, and 97% of them failed the independent blood test. So that tells us, if we didn't do anything other than just go and re-educate those people that already use omegas, Zinzino will be $1 billion a year business. Well, 1.5 billion people in India is going to help us exponentially grow that curve, because right now you have the opportunity to be those early adapters in your market, because those who grasp a vision, but unlike any vision before, this is a vision that's already been proven. And we're coming to the Indian market, and we're looking for the entrepreneurs that want to help us share this message. And how can you do that? Well, very simply, you will become an entrepreneur. You will have the opportunity to own your own e-commerce web shop. And through that web shop, you're going to be able to connect consumers, customers through your web shop and be customers to you. But here's the neat thing. You don't have to stock anything. The company will drop ship the product directly to your consumer. Now, of course, we're talking to you in India this evening. But if I was your customer in Mumbai and you live in Delhi, well, then you're not going to need to ship it to me. The company ships it to me. And maybe you're in Mumbai and I'm a connection of yours and I live in United Kingdom. Well, I can still be your customer and the company will still ship my product, but you will earn a commission on that product. We are coming to India, but your market is India and all the other markets we already operate in. So to get started as an entrepreneur, there's going to be two options. We have a Balance Mini Starter Kit, and that's going to be 8,500 Indian rupees. You're going to get one test, so you can test yourself, because you want to start your journey. You want to be an example. You want to create your story, and you're going to get one bottle of the Ascent Oil. Now, for those who want to get going faster and start getting customers, and maybe they want to not only test themselves, they want to test their spouse, their significant other. Maybe you have children, you want to test them and make sure that they are not chronically inflamed. Well, we have a larger pack. It's a larger investment. It's called the Practitioner Pack. It's 88,500 Indian rupees, but it comes with a refund opportunity. You see, between the day you as an entrepreneur get started as the Zinzino opportunity, you have 1 full year to get 25 bottles into the hands of your customers. So by month 12, as long as you've got 25 customers actively on a Premiership subscription, then the 13th month, your 88,500 Indian rupees is fully refunded. I hope you understood that. You now have ownership of a full e-commerce website in 17 languages. You have a company that is drop shipping your products to your consumers. And in long as you've got 25 bottles into the hands of monthly customers, the 13th month, you get your full investment back. That is an incredible opportunity. So, like any business, there's an ongoing overhead. Here in your own e-commerce business, it's going to be around 5,200 Indian rupees a month, but 2,950 Indian rupees is for your own product. So you get your own product, and the balance is what is paying for your overhead, your digital tools, your applications, your back office. But here's the great news. Just like that refund, when you got 25 bottles in the hands of consumers, by the 12th month, you get a full refund. Soon as you get 10 bottles in the hands of consumers, then your monthly auto order is at nil cost. You're only paying for the shipment of your bottle. So, what are we going to do from here then? This is very customer centric. We want to help as many people in the Indian market to get tested, to get on the product, to get retested, to prove to them that they needed it and how well it has worked for them. See, now you have a customer that may be in another region, in another area of India, could be outside in one of the other markets that we have, who has had some great responses. Here I am in United Kingdom. I'm one of your customers. I'm on the product. You saw my numbers, my 2-to-1 back into ratio. I'm excited. I feel great. But you know what? I'm going to now be on this product forever. Why? It proved that I needed it. It's proven that it's worked for me. I don't need any other nutrition outside of what I'm doing because my cellular health has been improved. Well, that means it's going to be a lifestyle product. Well, now let's incentivize your customers. A customer can get their product for free if they refer 4 other people onto the same product as them. So here I am in Mumbai. I'm on my product. I'm on my subscription of 2,950 Indian rupees. But I tell 4 friends, now my 2,950 Indian rupees is waived. They drop ship the product to my door, no charge for my product, but I only pay a little bit for the shipping. As an entrepreneur, we gather customers and then we incentivize those customers to share the same message so they retain your customers and you can build a longevity business model on that. And you can build anywhere, from anywhere, and invest the time you want to invest. See, I'm a full-time entrepreneur now with Zinzino, but you don't have to be. We have practitioners on the call. We have professional blue collars, white collar workers. We have people from every walk of life. They've already got their mainstream career. They may already have their traditional business, but they love the opportunity of the health and wellness revolution we're bringing to India. Some will start on a part-time basis, carving out just a few hours a week to work as a team. And you can work from anywhere, and you can work with people that you choose to. And most importantly, we're going to show you how to build a residual income. So here you are. You're one of the first early adapters in India. You've seen the vision based on the evidence that Zinzino's already achieved, and you want to take action. So you make a decision how you want to get started. You choose the financial package, and you can't do that right now. We're about a week or 2 away from registration. But when we get the green light, you're going to be able to make that decision, which financial pack is best for you. And you're going to be able to start owning your own e-commerce web shop. And the first thing we're going to do is very simply get 4 bottles of oil into your customer base. When you do that, you're going to earn anything between 10 and 30% in retail. And at this level, you're going to make a cash bonus of around 10% on the retail of the bottles. So you're going to make around 5,000 Indian rupees, but there's an incentive. If you do that in your first 30 days, some of you I know will do that in your first few hours, because we have several weeks now before April 1st that you can start talking to your potential customers to let them know what is coming. Well, you do that and you're going to make an 8,000 Indian rupee fast start bonus. So by just going and getting 4 bottles of oil in the hands of your customer base, you're going to make around 13,000 Indian rupees. Next thing we're going to do is, who do you know? Who do you know who's a practitioner? Who do you know who's a preventive care worker? Who do you know that their passion, their focus, their mainstream interest is helping others with their health? Well, when we find the right people, we're going to create so much momentum in the Indian market, because we're going to make a dramatic impact in the wellness of the end user. But let's say in your first 30 days, we help 4 people do that. They join you on the mission. They understand the wording. They understand what we're trying to achieve, not just in India, but that's where we're going to be focusing, but around the world in these other markets. So I could be one of those people, and I live in the United Kingdom. You may have a relative that studied in the United Kingdom and now is practicing in California. They all count. There is no geographical limitation. So help 4 people see the vision who want to get partnering with you. You're called a fast silver. Fast silver, you're going to make an extra fast start bonus of around 20,000 Indian rupees. So in your first 30 days, by getting 4 customer bottles and 4 people in business with you, you're going to make around 45,000 Indian rupees. In the next 30 days, so in your first 60 days, we're going to take the 4 bottles of subscription and we're going to get 10 in total. So we're going to add another 6 in the next 30 days. Some of you, again, will do this in your first week when you get started. In fact, there's over 25,000 bottles sitting in Mumbai right now, and our estimation is that will probably all go in the first week with the interest we already have already. Help people get 10 subscriptions. You're going to be called X Team, and you're going to would have made another 12,000 Indian rupees. So in your first 2 months, for simply getting 10 subscriptions, 10 bottles of oil in the hands of customers, and 4 people joining you on this journey, you would have made about 50,000 Indian rupees. There's a customer model also. So we can earn between 10 and 30% on all our personal retail sales. So from when you get 25 bottles into the hands of your customers, you're going to make around 8,000 Indian rupees. You get 50 bottles into the hands of it. Now, by the way, you may have a customer who wants 3 or 4 bottles. They'd be one customer, but maybe they want a bottle for their parents. They want a bottle for their kids. So all of a sudden, one customer may take 3 bottles, 4 bottles, 5 bottles. That would be 5 subscriptions. So 50 subscriptions isn't necessarily 50 customers. Long as we move 50 bottles, you now earn a 25% retail commission, and you earn 12,500 Indian rupees every month just on the customer bonus. 100 bottles, you're going to make a 30% retail, and you're going to make a one-time bonus of 800,000. I know there's people listening that say, no, that's not the right terminology. 800,000 rupees, which I think, if I remember, would be 8 lakhs, I believe. Ah, Emma's nodding. So that's a great one. So 8 lakhs for just having 100 subscriptions. And you're going to get a one-time bonus, and that bonus is going to be spread over 2 years. So long as you maintain 100 subscriptions, you'll get the 32,000 Indian rupees every month, in addition to the customer bonus of 16,000 Indian rupees. So even if you don't even want to build a team, if you're a practitioner, a gym owner, a health and wellness practitioner, and you just want to help your clientele base, you can make some incredible income by impacting the health of your clientele base. Anything over 200, you'll be invited into a global annual event that will be recognizing you and be invited to a luxurious 5-star retreat somewhere when we're able to travel. So that's the customer model. Now, what about the franchise side? What about compounding and leveraging? Because many people, not only do they want to be helping others to improve their health, they also want to create a life for themselves. And what I mean by that is that this type of model enables the average person, a chef, to build a business that enables them to live above average dreams by impacting others. So if you want to build a long-term residual income, you can build a customer base, and then you may want to engage in building other partners who want to do the same. Well, remember that 4 products, 4 bottles of oil, help 4 people join your business, and then 10 bottles of oil. That's called silver. Well, you help 4 people go silver, and you can take 2 months, 3 months, a year, 2 years. There is no time limit. You're going to make around 75,000 Indian rupees per month in addition to what you're already doing, because you don't have to quit what you're doing to build this part-time. Well, you help 4 people make 75,000 Indian rupees a month, which is a rank called executive. You would be now a diamond, and a diamond estimated income is 4 lakh Indian rupees in your market. Now, we know that there's many diamonds around the world who still have their full-time businesses and careers because they don't build this on their own. They build this with a team of people. But you help 4 people go diamond, and now you are a crown. And a crown will make around approximately 10 lakh Indian rupees. Now, there you may have a choice. There you may decide to maybe step back from what you're doing. You may not quit what you're doing, but you may choose when you do it. Yeah, some of you may say, well, no, I've always wanted to do what I'm doing, but I want to do it all the time, but I can't do it because I need more money, or I need more. This is an opportunity that will help those who want more by helping others to gain more. This is one of the most incredible vehicles that you'll ever be exposed to. Now, Zinzino is a corporation. They're manufacturers of the best-in-class test-based nutritional products. Now, within Zinzino, you're going to have various teams. Now, we are part of a team called One Mondo. Now, the vision I want you to grasp, if you just bear with me a moment. When I started 20 months ago, the company had 180,000 monthly customers. Today, we're sitting around 4 lakh customers. So we've grown exponentially just in 12 months. But the vision and the founder's intention is to have 1 million customers globally in the next 2-3 years, to have 20 million by 2035, and by 100 million by 2050. So here we have a 15-year-old, financially strong, independent company, already operating multiple continents in the world, now ready to serve the Indian market. And we're looking for a few good entrepreneurs, regardless of their background. But if you have a passion about helping people with their health, this is something you seriously may just want to continue exploring with the person who invited you onto the call. So, as we bring this to a conclusion tonight, we have 2 options. We can let it pass us by, or we can decide, do we just want to check out our own health when product is available in the next few short weeks? Do you want to be a customer and get your hands on the bottle and get your hands on the test, which, by the way, will be manufactured? The test is manufactured in India. So this product, the Lancet, the test kit itself, is now been manufactured in your own country. If you want to be a consumer, that's fantastic. We're not going to be able to get you product until we start shipping April 1. But let the person know, hey, look, when you're ready to sign up customers, I want to be your first customer. If you want to be one of those who wants to take advantage of the positioning of the opportunity, and you want to become a partner with the person who invited you here. Now, maybe you're on this call and you are in India. Maybe you're on this call because someone in India has invited you, and you may be here in the United Kingdom. See, it doesn't matter where you are, we can help you get started. Now, the Indian market, we're, like I said, a week or two away, and we're going to be able to commence registration for that. But if you've got people in other markets, let's get them spoken to. Let's get them prepared, because as soon as you get registered, they're going to be able to join at the same time. So all it remains for me to say is we appreciate your time this evening. We're excited about the Indian market, and this is just the very beginning. And this coming Sunday, we're going to have a very incredible individual, Dr. Patricia Gandhi. She actually has multiple health clinics and practices in India. She now lives in California, but spends a lot of her time in India because her passion, her alignment is preventative care. She's a cardiologist. She's actually world-renowned. She's been an author in many books and speaks on many boards and medical institutions. And she aligned with Zinzino a few short months ago and been patient about the Indian market opening. Now, this coming Sunday, again at 8:30 p.m. Indian time, we're going to hear from Dr. Patricia Gandhi, and she's going to be sharing her experience, not only about what she does as a preventive cardiologist, but the importance of these products then what we're going to be talking about. And then I will be coming back on and sharing a little bit more deeply about this product and some of the other products that are available around the world. And that it's only going to be a matter of time when they become available in the Indian market. So my call to action to you is, if you've heard anything that has grabbed your interest, please get back with the individual, get your questions answered, and also ask them about a recording of a doctor who had multiple clinics in the Scandinavian market who spoke the other night and actually presented one of the best presentations about why we need these products. So enjoy the remainder of your evening. We appreciate you lending us your ears. Get back with the individual, let them know where you are, and let's together over the next 2-3 weeks, if you've got a serious interest in being part of what we're doing, then don't wait to get registered. Let's start talking to your key individuals, share with them what we're doing. So when registration starts, you could have a handful of people who are registering with you. And as we go into April, you can have some momentum with your customer gathering with other people who have joined you in the venture. Well, my name is Dave Ives. I've enjoyed sharing it with you, and we'll see you Sunday, 8:30 Indian time, same link, and we're going to hear from Dr. Patricia Gandhi. You're going to thoroughly enjoy her content. So grab some health professionals, grab some personal trainers, grab people who have health and wellness as their mainstream interest, because what Dr. Patricia Gandhi will be sharing will be truly enlightening for each and every one of us. Good night, everybody, and take care of each other. Take care. Bye-bye.